Hello and welcome to Clover's Quilting. My name is Dion. I was looking around the other day and I wanted to find a pattern that used a whole layer cake. No background, nothing else, just a layer cake. Just something quick and easy. And I found this Lazy Days pattern. It looks kind of crazy here, but I think it'll work up really cute. It's, just for 10-inch squares, and it is by Moonkin. It's a free pattern, so jump over to their website and check out what they have. They've got tutorials. It's really fun. There's a lot of stuff over there. So the layer cake I found is an oldie. I've had it for literally years. It is called Rock Around the Clock by Blank Quilting. Blank Quilting? Yeah, Blank Quilting Corporation. And it has 42 pieces, which is exactly what I need to make a throw size, which is really cool. My mom's sewing room is the room I'm in now, and she had it set up like a 50s diner. She had her 5 or 6 sewing machines across this big counter here, and she had little stools set up, and it was really fun. So I bought this layer cake with her in mind, and of course, I didn't get to make anything for her. She's been gone for several years. And now I'm in her sewing room. I finally decided that I should move in there. And I know she would love that I'm in here sewing. And when I purchased this fabric, all they showed was this front piece. And I took a chance and I ordered it. And it is really cute. I am so happy that I did. It's got all these 50s goodies. Whoop, we got the same thing over and over again. Let's get to another, and we have bowling and the fun colors, and I just thought it was cute. And we have people doing a little dance in 2 different colors, and some poodles and more poodles, and this neon with diner stuff, and it's just guitars and coffee, and I thought it was super cute. And let's see what else we have here. And we have some polka dots in red and some polka dots in black. And I just thought it was a super, super cute line. And some antique dresses. So this is going to be really fun. I'm going to cut it up and I'll be back to show you. The cutting for the Lazy Days pattern couldn't be any simpler. We have a rectangle and we have squares. And I went through and I kind of mixed up all my patterns, so hopefully when I'm matching them up, I won't come across anything that is too much of a duplicate. So there we go. I'll be back when I have some blocks made. I had the units ready to roll on the Lazy Days quilt. I've got the 2 smaller squares sewn together and matched to the big rectangle they're going to go with. So I have all of those ready to roll. And then the layout couldn't be any easier. We're going to just piece that together like so. And if they're directional, you have to decide if you want it on this side or this side. So that's about it. The layout couldn't be any easier. We have the big piece to the right and then the big piece to the left, and just alternate. So it's, I think, going to be pretty quick. We'll get these all pieced and squared, and I will be back to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you how I stitch these up. I'm going to start with a leader, and that just gets my machine going. Because once in a while it likes to ball up, it likes to drag, it likes to suck fabric into the throat plate. So I usually just use a little leader, and that gets it ready to go. This is my next pairing, this poodle fabric, and then I have this one. And what I'm going to do is just finger press to the darkest, which would be this black. So I'm going to just finger press that so we can get rolling. And I have to just double check what side that has to go on. Okay, this one goes on this side. So I'm just going to start it and off we go. Just remember just to match it up and let the machine pull it on through. You don't have to drag it through. It's going to do the work for you. And just kind of keep matching it up And make sure that seam's going the right way, or the way you want it to go. And this bottom piece is a little bit bigger because we have a seam in the top piece. So I'm just gonna get to the end of that, and I'm going to take my next fabric. This is called chain piecing. See which side is darker. They're both kind of dark, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna press it one way. And none of these seams are going to match because this is going to be up against two long pieces. So we don't have to worry about nesting seams. It's really cool. I'm gonna check which way I want this to go, which way looks more face up to me because it's a tossed pattern. And to chain piece, you just feed this bad boy right next to it. And it'll just keep going. Your machine's already sewing, so it's just doing its thing. And this, I want to make sure that this seam is staying upwards, like I finger pressed it. And I'm just going to feed the rest of these through here. And you'll get a long chain that you can just clip apart. It's kind of fun. And finger press this to the dark again, or the darkest. And I think that looks the right way. And we're just gonna pop that into the middle somewhere. And under it goes. Just adjust as you go, and it should be fine. And I'm gonna feed the rest of these through, and I will see you back in a little bit. I just wanted to give you a little tip on how to chain piece. Okay, I wanted to show you a little bit how to finger press. I have the first blocks all done. The piece block is here, and the solid piece is on this side. And I tried to get those in the right orientation so they looked right side to me. And this is the second block with the single piece on this side and the pieced block on this side. So what I like to do is put the large piece, or the piece you're wanting it to go to, in this case is the one with no seams. You put that on top and it automatically goes that way. And I like to finger press. It helps tremendously, and it just takes a little bit of time. It holds its shape really well when you iron. So just bring that block over, pull it over, and that you can see that seam allowance is still on that side. And just draw your finger down it, and there we go. It's quick and easy, and just that little bit of extra sure helps keep your block in good shape and makes it much easier to iron. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of finger pressing, and I'm gonna have to trim these all up, and I'll be right back. I have all the blocks complete for the Lazy Day quilt, all pieced and trimmed up to size. I was super excited about this pattern because there was zero background. You just used a layer cake and that was it. So I have all the rows ready to roll, and they'll be like so. All 6 or 7 pieces that are in the row are clipped together, and they'll be like this. But you know, when I had it laying on the design floor, I thought it just looked so busy with all those prints going every which way. And I thought maybe I should sash it. So I found this kind of fun, it looks retro to me because this is kind of a 50s looking quilt. And it looks like retro stars, like the old Formica on the tabletops or the linoleum on the floors used to be back in the diners. I just thought it looked really fun. So I have this quilt fabric, and it's by QT Fabrics. And I thought that looked like a good retro star for this. So that's going to be my sashing. And then for the cornerstones, just so there's not so much black, I wanted a little cool pop of a brighter color or a more neutral color in the cornerstones. So there we go. It's just a gray star, a little different star, but I think it'll be okay. And this is by, it's really hard to read, so it is called Quilting Treasures. So what I did is I cut a 2.5-inch strip for my cornerstones, and I cut the strip the size of my blocks, the width of the fabric, and I put it together like this. Whoops, it's all wiggling around on me. So I put it together like this, and I finger pressed to the dark. And then I'm just going to slice these pieces up, and it'll work as a cornerstone and sashing. So they look like so when you get done. And it'll just pop right onto the side here, and you'll have your sashing and your cornerstone. You'll have to put extra sashings on separately, but it should be ready to go. I also added a couple of fabrics extra on these blocks because there were several, this fabric and the poodle fabric, there were several colorways, and it just got to be a lot of poodles and dancers. So I added a couple pieces from my stash, and they're both right here. I did this black geometric, which is kind of fun, and then this hot pink dot. And I thought those added to it pretty nice. And they'll blend really well. So I'm hoping this will all go really well. I'll get the sashing on there, and I will show you when I get that done. As you can see, I finished the Lazy Day quilt top behind me. This was a Moonkin Design free pattern on their website. Really fun. The main blocks were one layer cake, and you cut and spun them around and put them back together and squared them up. Really a fun pattern. It went together really quickly. But my prints were so busy with all these rock and roll 50s type prints that I just thought it was just a little too much to have them all together without a sashing and a cornerstone. So I put this black star sashing and gray star cornerstones, and I think it turned out pretty good. It turned out 64 by 76. So I'll get out of the way and let you take a closer peek. Here is a little closer peek at the Lazy Day quilt. I loved those 50s rock and roll retro fabrics. They were super fun. And the black star fabric for the sashing, I thought had a retro feel. And then a little, I don't know if you can see it very good, a little star cornerstone, really fun. I did add a couple of pieces of fabric from my stash just so we could have a little more variance in, there were so many poodle prints and a lot of people dancing. So I threw in a couple pieces from my stash, and I think it turned out pretty darn cute. It was super fun, and you guys should try it. Free pattern at Moonkin. Thank you so much. I know your time is valuable, so I thank you so very much for coming along on this Lazy Day quilt journey with me. It was a really fun pattern, and I hope you try it. It's a free pattern. Just jump over on Moonkin, download it, and whip it up. Send me pictures if you do. I'd love to see it. It was super fun and went together fast. Also, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing with your friends. Drop me a comment. I'd like to know what you'd like to see. And I want to say thank you to everybody. I had such an overwhelming response on my fabric haul intervention needed video that I was blown away. Thank you so much. Mwah! To everybody who watched it and commented and subscribed. I'm over the moon. Thank you so much. This is Dion from 4 Clovers Quilting. Please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay creative. See you soon. Bye-bye.